Welcome to This Week in Crowder College, an in-depth look into how Crowder College students, faculty, and staff are working together so students soar to new heights, communities are impacted, and lives are changed. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho, specializing in workers' compensation, personal injury, Social Security disability, and more. Learn more online at neoshoattorney.com. Now here's this week's edition of This Week in Crowder College.
Welcome to a brand new week of This Week in Crowder College right here on 91.7 FM. Adam Winkler here with you, joined by Tasha Davies. She is with the theater department out there at Crowder College. And Tash, thank you so much for being with us.
Adam, thank you so much for having me today.
Well, exciting times for your theater department out there at Crowder College. You guys are hard at work on the upcoming production, The Many Disguises of Robin Hood. And tell us about how practice has gone for you, how you guys selected the cast, and also just about some of the great cast members you guys have in the play this year.
Absolutely. The rehearsal process has been so much fun. Children's shows tend to lend themselves to a more fun, more relaxed atmosphere. And I often tell my cast members, imagine you're a cartoon, make your gestures bigger than life and use your big character voice. And we actually have, I believe, 15 in the cast. We have made some modifications along the way. We have just an outstanding cast, and that cast is comprised of students as young. I think we have a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old, and then we have students all the way on up into upper-level college students, age 23, things like that. So blending the different age levels and age groups and watching them all play off of each other is so much fun.
You're scheduled for performance on March 25th at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., and you guys also have some other shows scheduled for some local school kids as well. And that always has to be fun, I'd imagine, for your theater department to get to entertain local school kids and put on a play like this for them.
The children's show is always the highlight of my theatrical season because let me tell you that when we perform for children, they are the most brutally honest audience members, but they're also the most engaging, and they will play right alongside the actors on stage. And, I tell the cast all the time, you guys are doing excellent work. It's time for you to be in front of the audience because they really draw off of the energy from one another.
Well, take us behind the scenes a little bit. How much time do these performers put in each and every single day or each week to making this show goes off without a hitch?
Sure. So the cast puts in between 12 and 15 hours of rehearsal every week. And then, of course, the set crew and the props crew, they put in a bunch of hours as well. And so this is really, it's a unified attempt at creating something. Everybody has a job that they have to do, and some of us work behind the scenes after hours, late into the night, and the cast does their homework at home, developing character, learning lines, things like that, so that when they come to rehearsal, they're ready to work as an ensemble and as a team to make the product happen.
Well, let us know, for those who've never been involved in a play before, when that curtain comes up for the first time, the sense of nerves, but also there has to be a huge sense of excitement. This is what you've worked towards, and now you actually get to put into practice everything that you tried to put together over the past few months.
Absolutely. I can speak from my own experiences that as a performer, every time, whether it's, the first time you've ever been on stage or even now after so many years, the second the lights come on, you have those butterflies. And I like to tell those actors that use that energy, use those nerves and that excitement, because it is a combination. It's the adrenaline of getting out there. From a director's standpoint, I can tell you that's when the training wheels are off, right? I can coach them and I can guide them along the way. But as soon as the lights come up and the first audience is in their seat, it's really out of my hands, and actors are, they're their own beings. So I just have to trust that they're going to follow the process.
Well, do you see them relax after maybe a scene or two gets out of the way? Do you see them kind of settle in and really start to enjoy the entire process then after those nerves go away?
They do, and especially in a children's show, once they settle into the rhythm of how the kids are going to respond to the work, they start to have so much fun. And I tell them all the time, it's called a play for a reason. So play, have some fun. And they really do after a few minutes once they get that initial, that first jump into the spotlight, right? They get that out of the way and then they settle in.
Well, tell us about how people can get tickets to the Many Disguises of Robin Hood on March 25th at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Sure. So there are a few different ways that a person could obviously call our box office and leave a message, and we take those messages and record the reservation and confirm back. You could also go online and buy tickets through the Crowder College bookstore. You can access that through the Crowder website or through the Crowder College Theater Facebook page. And then, of course, people can just walk up and buy their tickets at the box office on the day of the performance.
Well, Natasha, as always, we thank you for your time on This Week in Crowder College. Best wishes to you and your entire crew and cast as you get set to perform the many disguises of Robin Hood, and just have a great time out there performing in front of people.
Thank you, Adam. We appreciate the opportunity to be here today.
Thank you for listening to This Week in Crowder College. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho. You can listen to this broadcast again by going online to kneo.org or to crowder.edu. Tune in once again next week for another edition of This Week in Crowder College on KNEO 91.7 FM.